No, here it is. Everybody dance to the beat of your own drum, right? Everybody. No, I'm just kidding. Hi, everybody.
Hello. Here we go.
No, that's not our vibe. That's so not our vibe.
That was the one we were using, though.
I don't think so.
Or was it chill hop?
Okay, that's a little better. I like that. I can get on board with that.
There's also a Christmas and a New Year option now.
Now?
Well, they give you like so many options, you know. It's like music AI, you're on Restream. And this is not what we're talking about today, everybody.
No, we're talking about this.
Yeah. Oh, oops, I forgot to turn off the promote your Facebook group in there. Okay, so I'm gonna stop the chill, what is it? What do they call it? Chill hop.
It's very soothing.
It is. Tell us in the comments. Do you want us to continue having music in the background of our lives?
Listen, I did a post this week. I had 1,000 members in my group this week, which is very exciting. And so I did a post and I said, what do you like best about this group? I'm not kidding you. I'm at least 20% of the people said the dance parties. And I was like, what? That's what you like best? So people love it.
There you go. Okay, but we're gonna stop the chill hop.
Yes.
Okay. It's very nice. And then a laughing face. I don't know who that was. On your group or mine. I don't know.
I think it's yours. It's very nice.
That was the other Jamie. Jamie C. Okay. But for real. Happy Friday, everybody.
TGIF, right?
Yeah.
So glad it's Friday.
I know. It's been a good week, actually, though.
It has.
It has. So I'm really excited, actually, for our conversation today. And per usual, you know, we started our session laughing and having a good time. But, you know, we'll continue that. But I have a question. That I want to ask. I want to ask you too, Jamie, because I think that we should talk about what this means.
For sure. Yeah, for sure.
So as everybody can see today, right? We're talking about how a few simple shifts can create more consistency and double your income. So consistency can mean different things to everybody. And in this just online industry in general, I hear it used in so many different ways. So I want to start out by asking everybody the question of what does consistency mean to you? And I want you to share in the comments. And if you're joining us for the replays, regardless of what group where you're watching, because we're broadcast in multiple places. I honestly don't even know all where we are right now. So where I would put it in the comments, except that not everybody would see it. So the question is, what does consistency mean to you? So let us know in the comments.
Yeah. And keep in mind, it's supposed to mean different things for different people. It's not, the purpose of this live is not about let's all get on board about what consistency means. Whatever it means for you is what it means for you. And that's what it's supposed to be.
And then that's what we're going to be talking about today, is what it means for you, so that you can double your income, right? Because that's what we all want. We want to double, triple, quadruple, 10 times our incomes. So yes, so what do we got here? I'm going to just show that up on the screen since not everybody can see that. It is. So let me see. Do I know who this? I have a feeling who this is. Hello. Hi, Donna. And this one is Jamie. Okay. So didn't I put this up on our screen? Yeah. Oh, there we go.
I see it.
Keeping a consistent message and talking to the same consistent problems and solutions. Okay. Yes. That is also consistency. So and then someone else here said, and this is on your end, so I'm not sure who this is. Doing something the same way or same time every time. Exactly. Anyone else want to share? But Jamie, I would love to hear from you on your perspective. What is consistency to you? And anyone who's just jumping on, same question for you.
Yeah, I think for me, the first thing that comes to my mind is consistently showing up and knowing that you've got to decide for yourself what that frequency is. So if it's going live once a week, And as long as you are consistently doing that,
Mhm.
that's consistency as far as I'm concerned.
Mhm.
I also think of the same way about posting. How often are you posting in your group, in your personal page? It's being consistent with that. So for me, consistency is about a pattern. It's about a frequency with which you show up. That's what comes to mind. How about you? What does it mean for
Frequency
you?
with which you show up. I like
With which
that.
you show up. Yes. Yes.
So for me, consistency is a few different things. Honestly, it depends. As I was saying, there's different meanings, and there's different meanings for different people, but there's different meanings for different people within different aspects of our lives and our businesses. So in one aspect, there's the like, yes, being consistent in your actions. And for me, it's less about like showing up on social media, 3 times a day or doing this. It's being consistent and showing up for myself,
Ooh.
because in order to grow your business, in order to increase your income, in order to get whatever result, to lose the weight, to do those things, it's being consistent for yourself. It's holding yourself accountable to the things that you want. And that's why it looks different for everybody, and why it can mean different things, is because really it's not about how much you're doing this thing or how much you're doing that thing, but it's how much you want the thing that you want, and how much you respect yourself and trust yourself to go get it.
I just want to add something, because I know you said you had some other ideas there, and I know I'm totally interrupting you here, but what you said made me think of something. More is not necessarily better when it comes to consistency, and I've proven that. There was a moment in time where I was like, well, heck, if I'm getting this kind of traction in my business going live once a week, what if I went live twice a week? I'm going to start going live twice a week, and my business is just going to take off. And that is not what happened. It made me crazy. It made my audience crazy. It is not about more. It is about what feels right to you, what works for your audience, and what you can consistently continue to deliver on. So I love that, Lori. That's a great point.
Yes. So yes, that's kind of the big picture. Like, as I said, there's different things, because then there's like consistent income, right? But it's again showing up for yourself and being accountable, and like what that means for you. And I think it's, when we talk about the simple shifts that can create more consistency in whatever that means for you, it is about getting clear on what it means for you, and not in the comparing to other people, and not saying, but well, Jamie says she's consistent because she shows up 5 times a day on Facebook, right? Or say Donna, because she was someone who had joined, right? Donna is consistent because she takes, 2 walks every day. So if I'm only taking one, then I'm not consistent. Well, that's not true. That's not true. So, the first shift that has to happen in order for you to be consistent is for you to define what it means for you, and to be okay if that isn't what it means for other people.
Resist the FOMO. Stop comparing yourself. Make your
Mhm.
own decision. And then
Mhm.
run with it. You can always Here's the thing about all the stuff we're talking about. You can always change it. You can always change it, but run with it for a period of time and see if you get traction with it.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think we can talk about some examples when it comes to consistency too. So, I would love to hear from anybody who is joining too. Is there something now that okay, for me, I have to define what consistency means for me. Is there something in your life or in your business that you tell yourself, I struggle being consistent with that, or I struggle with consistency with? Like, what are the things that for you tell yourself, not even saying that you are inconsistent with, but the thing that you tell yourself that you are inconsistent with?
Great
Right?
question. While they're thinking of that, pull up
Mhm.
the comment that just came up, because there's a good note in there. Yes.
This one. Here we
The
go.
difference between constantly and consistently is huge. Yes.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Yes.
That is a good
Love
one.
that. Because it's not about volume. It's not about frequency. It's about consistency. There's a
Mhm.
difference. Love this comment. I don't know who said that, but I
I
love it.
don't either. I think it's in your group.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which, if you don't know, and that's why we're like, is it yours? Is it mine? When we do these lives together, we go live in front of each other's audiences, and we talk in both groups as well as some other places. So if we're not responding to you or something, that was Tammy. See, she let us know. It was Tammy.
Tammy.
That is why I know sometimes we have issues with LinkedIn comments. So if you are watching on LinkedIn, from my perspective, just come over to our Facebook group.
They don't always connect. But you know what? Technology allows us to do this really cool thing where we can stream into all of these audiences at once. Is it perfect? No. But it's imperfect action is better than not doing it at all. So
yeah,
that's a whole other thing.
But the solution, if I'm not responding to your comment, is just to come over to Facebook, because that's where all the cool people hang out anyway, right?
Cool people hang out. Okay, nobody's answering the question. Let's ask it again. Let's ask it again about the where do you run into struggles with consistency? What areas of your business is consistency a challenge?
Yeah. So is it income? Is it showing up on social media? Is it writing content? Is it sending emails? Like, what for you is the thing? And there might be more than one. So, but where?
I'll answer first while we're waiting on everybody else, and then you can answer too. For me, two things come up for me. One is consistency on my personal profile. I'm very consistent in my group. I am not so consistent on my personal profile. So that's one. The other one is probably with email. And I don't think I've figured out, back to what you said earlier, I don't think I have figured out what is the right consistency for me in email, but I do feel like I don't got a plan. I'm just, there's no strategy. I just kind of go, oh, I should send an email. And that doesn't feel consistent for me. So those are my two. How about you, Lori? Anything come up for you?
Yeah. So for me, I'll say email for sure. And I've actually been thinking about this. I'm going to go off on a little tangent about this one, because I've been thinking about this one lately. And if you're on my email list, you might notice I used to be really consistent with emails because I had a team that was helping me. And then I did some shifts, and I'm just I didn't really love what we were sending out. I made some changes in my team. I'm like, I can do this myself, because honestly, it's so simple. Because right now, my whole concept of email, for the most part, except for reminders for lives and stuff like that, is pretty much just repurposing the content that I'm putting out on social, changing the call to action, changing or creating a subject line and slapping it in there, putting it out, right?
Simple, right? You think.
But for me, it's just I don't enjoy doing that. So it is the thing that I would say I might struggle with. But I then had the realization of, you know what, when I really think about where my sales have come from the last few years in business, I've gotten one client that I know came from my email list. And yeah, it was a $10,000 piece of business. So there's no joke, right? That's a nice piece of business to get from your email list, but that's not where I enjoy spending my time.
Right.
So I'm telling myself the story of all of my friends whose email lists that I'm on, and I'm getting Jamie's so consistent with her emails. Oh, I'm freaking just I should be sending more emails. But no, I don't need to send more emails just because Jamie's sending more emails, because that's not actually the way that I get business. I want people on my email list, of course, yes, because we all know we don't own our social media accounts and you can lose them like that. Your email, that's going to give you a backup. But beyond that, my people show up to see me usually on social media more than in my email.
Right. And the cool thing about what you're saying, Lori, is, and I find this to be one of the coolest things about running my own business and being an entrepreneur. I can do whatever feels right for me. And I know you talk about this because this is where I got it, was from you. You don't want to do something just because everybody else is doing it. You want to do it because it feels right for you. And if it doesn't feel right from you and you're forcing yourself to do something that you don't want to be doing, your energy is never going to be right where it needs to be. It's not going to be effective.
Yeah. And I think that's one of the things that it's really important for you to ask yourself when it comes to where you're beating yourself up for not being consistent. Where are you beating yourself up for not being consistent, and why? And is it because of an external reason, right? That someone else is doing something, so you think you should do it too?
Yeah.
Or is it because you want to? Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody's always telling me, why are you not on TikTok? Why are you not on Instagram? And I have to just block that out and be because it's not right for me right now.
Yeah.
I got all I can handle with Facebook. I can't handle anything more. Are you kidding me?
And you have to be really real with yourself.
Yes.
Now, there's sometimes, now let's just say, you were just starting out and you didn't have Facebook yet, and someone said that, and you're like, no, I don't want to do that because I don't want to be on video, or, obviously for you, that would be a whole different set of problems if you said that. But, but because that would be a matter of like discomfort, not challenging yourself, the comfort zone. But yeah, I mean, why would you do that to yourself?
Well, it's FOMO. FOMO is a real thing. Oh my gosh, they're making money over on Instagram. I better be over on Instagram because then I'll make more money. Stop comparing yourself to everybody else and doing what everybody else is doing, and you've got to figure out what's right for you.
Yeah. So, we've only got, I think we've got a couple brave people, but I'm not sure. I think this was in my group. What is this? Hey, Michael. Okay, I think this was Marlene. Marlene, I'm not sure how to say it because it's got the little accent because it's not US based.
I think is she from my group or your group, Marlene?
It's in my group right now, but she might be in both of our groups.
She could be.
Because a lot of you are.
I love.
I know, that's great. But she had said, define for myself, I have to have consistency for myself, which is
so
true.
So true.
Someone on your side here had said, marketing. I don't seek out engagements. I just wait for my phone to ring. I'm a comedian.
I know who this is. She's an awesome comedian. She is so dang funny. Oh,
so is that actually the job that she's?
That's her
okay.
job.
Because
Yeah,
I didn't know if that was like the joke. Is like
I'm assuming it's Wendy. Is that Wendy? I'm thinking it's Wendy. I should pull mine up. That is her job. That's her business. What a cool thing! Like, so awesome. Okay, but the point here, I think honestly, many of us can fall into this habit, whether you're waiting, regardless of your job. It's like sometimes we just wait for business to come to us instead of seeking it out and driving it. And there absolutely is a consistency thing there. I totally get it. I'd love to know what Lori thinks on this. I'm going to check and see if I'm right about who this is. Wendy. Yeah, Wendy. I do it. Okay.
She responded. Wendy Lee, the comedian. Okay. So the thing is if you would have asked me this or like said this to me a year ago, 2 years ago, probably even a year ago, the way I responded would have probably been very different than it is now. And those who have been following me for a while have probably noticed a shift in the way I'm speaking about things. And it's because I've experienced a shift in the way that I do bring people into my world. And I've recognized that it can be way easier than we make it out to be. But again, like the marketing side of things, Wendy, I would almost guarantee you're comparing yourself and you're saying this person's doing that, this or the other thing. And then because you're not, you're beating yourself up and saying that you're saying, oh, that's the problem. I don't seek out engagements. You're telling yourself this story of everything that you're doing wrong. And you want to know the truth, Wendy? That's the reason. That's the reason that you're not getting the business. It's not because you're not seeking out the engagements, because you know what? If you are, marketing, like you don't have to do DMs, and I like DMs, don't get me wrong. You don't have to do challenges. You don't have to do, giant launch events and what masterclasses and webinars. You don't have to be in 300 different Facebook groups promoting your group every single day in the comments. You can, but you don't have to. The story you're telling yourself about what you're not doing is the bigger problem in terms of why you aren't getting the business that you want. And that is the reason you're not doubling or tripling your income.
I'll give you a real world example. Like this, Lori already knows the story. This literally happened this week with my challenge. So those of you that are in my group, next week we're doing the Go Live challenge. So I always, because this is I'm consistent. I start promoting 3 weeks out, and I promote the crap out of my challenge in other people's groups. And I know what the numbers are. I know how many times a day I got to do it in order to get the numbers that I want. And those numbers lead to I got all the data. And I was miserable. I remember reaching out to Lori and being like, I freaking hate this. I feel awful and icky, but I'm doing it because that's the number that I told myself I was going to do. And Lori gave me permission to say, okay, so what if you just stopped promoting? And I was like, well, if I stop promoting, then I'm going to be just stuck with the 54 people who've signed up for the challenge. And that's not my number. And she says, why does it need to be the number? Because it's stuck in my head, right? So the minute I gave myself permission to be like, okay, I'm just going to stop promoting, and it is what it is. And I think I've maybe since Wednesday, that was on Wednesday of this week, I had 54 people registered. I was promoting 3-4 times a day for 10 or 15 minutes. It was yesterday. I promoted maybe, I don't know, twice, 5 minutes. Like I'm not even intentional. I'm up to 84. I'm up to 84. Doing nothing. But what has changed is my energy around it and my mindset around it. And I shifted the way that I felt about the activities that I was doing. And look at that difference. That's huge. That's huge.
Yeah, like in a day. That's
in a day. 2 days. Technically 2 days.
2 days.
Yeah. So I did less activity, but my mindset was better around it. And I doubled more than doubled what I was getting in a day. It's huge.
Yeah. So, and that's exactly my point. It's exactly my point that, you know, you were telling yourself a certain story, so you weren't getting the results that you wanted. But the second you shift your story, the second everything changes. And it can be simpler, you know, like, yeah, okay. What I will say, Wendy, is if you are like hiding out, you're not showing up, you're not, you know, doing anything, and you're just like in your little hole and saying, why aren't people calling me? Okay, maybe there's more to this story. But if you're showing up, you're talking to people, you're doing things, you're being present on social media, it's more, you know, it's definitely more the stories, the mindset, the energetics behind that. And it can be simple. I also want to just say, like, you don't have to do a bunch of things for marketing in order to get people coming into your world. It is that internal shift that makes all the difference. And you can call people. And I mean, those that follow me, again, you know, I'm focusing a lot right now because of a new program I have coming up on the topic of content and how you can call in clients using your words alone. You can. You don't have to be seeking them out. If you have the right people in your audience and you have the right energetic stuff happening, you're going to bring them in because they're going to see those words.
Absolutely. And we get in our own way with this stuff. I mean, I do it all the time, right? I think, well, it can't just be that I surrendered to this and then it just magically happened. That can't be what's going on. I just have to work harder. I have to show up more. I'm telling you what, this has happened so many different times to me. I don't know why I don't listen to Lori more. I should listen to Lori more. It's the trust. It's the surrendering to it that is freaking scary. But the minute that you do it, not only does it attract better, but you feel better. You feel better. Yeah. Absolutely an energy thing. Yes,
it is. And I just want to say something, you know, because this is being recorded, Jamie. So you said that.
You're all seeing my coach me real time right now. I love it.
You said that. And not only is it recorded here on video, but I told you as we were starting, I'm going to turn on Otter to transcribe. So it's also transcribing it.
I mean, sometimes you need to see it multiple times. You need to get it multiple times. Yeah, I hear you. Okay, bring it on. I'm ready. Bring it on. I'm ready. I'm ready for it.
I think we need to start doing some hot seat coaching sessions.
Ooh. I feel like I volunteered for hot seat without even knowing
without even knowing it.
I'm okay. Listen, my audience knows I'm totally willing. I go there, I say whatever, because that's what helps us all, right? Even if it's a little uncomfortable for me to be in the hot seat, not only is it going to help me, it's going to help all of you. You're all going to learn from this experience. Okay, Lori, I'm ready.
Okay. Well, I wasn't going to right now.
Oh, it's coming later? Okay, got it.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, maybe that's something I should start doing.
Well, don't worry. I'll share with all of you. You're not going to miss anything. Okay, go ahead.
I did put up on the screen here just some comments. So this was Marlene and just said, changing my energy around my concept of the frequency of posting, telling myself my own true story. Exactly. Exactly, because it's different for everybody. It is different. And then someone else here, it might have been
Surrender. Yes.
Surrender.
Good word.
Oh, Deb, yes. This is a big word. Surrender, her word for the year. Totally buying for that comment, Jamie.
Yep.
Oh, yes. Surrender. That's a huge one.
It's honestly, I think surrender, and I don't want to go on a total tangent here, but it's a process. It's not like a decision point. At least that's what I find, is that it's a daily practice for me anyway, to embrace that. And this is where I can get in my own head and I lose sight of that. And so it's, I guess I always thought in the past that it was just, oh, I'm going to achieve that. At some point I'll achieve that and I'll be there. Nope. It's a daily practice to get out of your mind and into your heart and really just lean into these things. So it's, I don't know if that resonates with anybody else, but anybody else, is surrender hard for you all too? Is this, it's not just me, right? This is difficult.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like we should put that up on the screen here. Is surrender hard for you?
Me. It's hard because this guy gets in the way, right?
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing. If you are a logical person, right? If you are logical, which I think a lot of people in my audience are, like, that transition from the like such like a realist, logical way of looking at life and thinking, and then allowing, you know, this new way of thinking in, of like, it can be so much easier. It's a bitch. I'm going to try to make that mental shift to thinking completely differently than what you've been brought up to believe.
Yeah. And the comment
put that up. Sorry. Of course,
if you are an act, yes. And I think especially those of us that worked in corporate. I know Lori's a corporate person. It's drilled into you, right? And so you spent, well, at least in my case, years and years and years doing it this way, and now you're trying to like go against the grain and do it a different way. It's hard. It's a process.
It is, and I'm just gonna like piggyback off of that, which it isn't necessarily like well, it is on that, like, but like marketing is another one for me. Like, I literally worked in marketing sales and marketing for 15 years before going out on my own. And it was, you know, you talk about bro marketing and like pain point marketing and different aspects of, you know, the way that the concept of you have to do the actions, you have to do this, you have to do that, was a complete change for me, because logically speaking, that's what made sense. So to come in and be like, no, you can just change your mindset and shift your energy, and you can completely change your results with your marketing. It's like, yeah, right.
Yeah, your brain's over here going, you fool. It's not real. Yeah.
So it's like that constant internal battle sometimes that happens when you're trying to like believe, because you know, like intrinsically, like, you know, like you can feel, especially if you're a woman, you probably can feel like that this is true, but believing it, getting your body on board with it, your mind on board with it, that's another story sometimes. Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's happened to me more times than I can probably count on my hands of how many times when I surrendered, I got huge impacts, right? I got huge results. But then the brain takes back over, and still, I mean, it's like, what do I need? 11 times, 12 times? How many more times do I need to learn this before I change? But that's what I mean by it's a process.
I can think of 3 examples right now with your marketing, Jamie, specifically, that when you just let go and you let the logic go, where you freaking killed it. 3, just the top of my head, without digging for any stories.
I know. You're right. And I'm sure everybody else feels the same way, right? When it happens, you're like, oh, wow. But it's still scary to just release like that. And now we're off on a tangent, and I tried to not take us on a tangent, and I took us there.
We always go on tangents. That's okay. That's okay. I do want to bring up some.
There's some good comments. I love comments. There's one in particular that I'm hoping you're bringing up there, because it's a good one.
They're all so good. Okay. So I want to go back to.
God, okay. We're both laughing at the last comment that's come in. We'll show it to you. Don't worry. Don't worry. We'll get there.
Okay. I want to say the one that I know is Wendy. Wendy, I'm coming back to it. But we had to share this one because it was relevant, and the next one that I'm going to share because they're both so relevant.
And it's not even I must be in charge. This guy needs to be in charge, right?
I'm allergic. I have the logical disease. I'm allergic to surrender.
I love this. So creepy.
Oh my God, who is that? You should.
I was just gonna say, you are my person. Whoever you are, like you are we twins or what?
Oh, they're in your group, and I'm guessing this is the same person. So I'm going to bring this up to you. Is there a surrender pillar?
Is there a supplement? I immediately go to, is there an oil for that? Like, is there an essential oil I can take that will help me? Because I'll buy it.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna have to know who this is. If you
I'm looking it up. Well, you keep putting comments up.
Because with Restream, it doesn't tell you the names of who the comments are from.
Okay, this is what it's Wendy, the comedian. Of course it is.
Of course. Why didn't I put that together?
I didn't either. The comedian. Of course it is. Oh my goodness.
Oh my God,
okay.
Wendy, that was great.
That was great.
Okay, you're hired, Wendy. Seriously.
If you all are not following Wendy, this is why you need to follow Wendy. I'm telling you, she is hilarious. Okay. I do like the other post. I do. I think the other one is important to show up here.
I do want to
less funny, but it is
the other one from Wendy.
Yeah, go there first, then we'll do the other one.
Yeah, then there's the other one too. Yeah. So
this is what happens when you all are crazy with the comments. I freaking love it. And then I get lost in all the comments, and then Lori and I get off on tangents. But that's okay. Hopefully you know, if you've watched us before, this is normal with us. So just, this is it. This is what you get.
It is. So this one was also Wendy. Okay, so you get shows, right? You think you'd have a lot more if you let people know there's a comedian available for their event. Which, hello. You want to talk about just showing up, Wendy, and what you've done right here? You just told people you're a comedian and you're available for their event.
And I just told everybody to friend request you. So there you go.
Yeah.
That was marketing.
That was marketing. You showed up, you did something that you actually enjoyed, that you found value in. You let go of the logic of, maybe if I show up for Jamie's live, somebody's going to buy from me. No, you're just I'm going to show up for this live.
I'm here to learn, and just through osmosis, I'm going to get clients. Sign me up. I love that stuff. Yeah.
So just throwing that out there, everybody. Book a comedian for your event. Wendy, call her, follow her. She's in Jamie's group. The Get on Camera, right? Yeah. Well, hold on. Was that the group? Because now you have two groups.
I know. Don't even get me started on that. Don't even get me started on it. Don't get me started. We're staying focused here. Yes. But the point is, and I shared this in a post about how do you get more visible? And sometimes it's counterintuitive, but you just showing up for you and attending a live event and participating and engaging like you all are doing right now, you are being visible. When you comment on a live and everybody sees that comment, you are being visible. And you never know where people are going to connect with you and find you. And you're doing it for you and for all the right reasons. So don't lose sight of that as being a marketing tactic, even though that's not your intention. It is.
No. It might not be the intention, but it is. But it happens. It's a byproduct of you just doing what is actually right, letting go of the logic and the thinking and just doing. I just want to, I know this is still a tangent a little bit here, but to show the example of you don't think about showing up and being visible. So when I celebrate a specific client on my page, I always if I tag them, I always ask them. If I just use a letter, you guys will see that in my content, it's because it's an example that I want to use, but I haven't specifically said, hey, do you mind if I highlight that example? But when I tag somebody and say celebrate.
You can share.
Okay. Yeah. So I tagged Jamie earlier this week or last week, right? Celebrating the win. And she messaged me, was that yesterday? And you're I just want to share a funny story. I was messaging a new member of my group and talking and finding out how she found out about me. And it was through your post where you tagged me celebrating me. And it's true because people want to know. They're ooh, who's this Jamie person and what is she up to? And well, if she's getting these results with Lori, I need to know what's up with her and I need to follow her. So, again, using the example of Wendy, now everybody's like, ooh,
Who's Wendy?
Wendy is freaking hilarious because, right, you got these funny things that we showed up here and we're like, go freaking hire Wendy to be your comedian, right?
Yeah, and it's Wendy Lee, by the way. Lee, Wendy Lee. Okay.
Yeah.
Little plug there.
So again, just sometimes just allowing yourself to show up in other ways, to look at things differently, to shift your beliefs around what you're supposed to do, and just freaking do. Oh my God. It's a huge shift.
Huge shift.
Okay.
Huge shift.
Wendy who? I'm on my phone.
I just said Wendy Lee. Wendy Lee.
Wendy Lee. Yep.
She's hilarious.
Wendy Lee. She is hilarious. Exactly. Okay. So now I do want to go back to this comment here.
Yep.
Okay. So, and this one I think came from my group. This was Marlene, who is actually in both of our groups. So coming back here, sorry. She said, thank you both for being so vulnerable. I feel inspired by you both because these are the emotions I'm experiencing. Exactly. And sometimes, again, just that in itself is all you have to do to show up, because people want to know that you resonate with them. They want to know that you understand and that you can help them. Like, that's really what it comes down to, like being consistent. Now coming full circle back to like the topic of consistency. Consistency is what you make of it. Consistency is what you tell yourself it means to you. And the sooner you get yourself, your mind, your body, and all of it on board with that, the sooner you're going to blow up your freaking income. You're going to double, triple, 5 times your income. And it happens all the time in my world, honestly, by people just making some really, really small, simple shifts.
You know, this whole idea of being vulnerable, and look, Lori and I spend, when we do these lives once a month, we spend more time laughing than talking, right? But the point is, when you just be yourself, when you show your real self, whether it's vulnerable or humorous moments, or you're ready to just, pull your hair out or whatever else it is, your audience resonates with that. Your audience resonates with that. And I always message people who are joining my challenge. And there's been a number of people regularly who are saying things like, I have to be professional and things have to be perfect and all of that stuff. Lori and I are showing you right now in this video. This video, is it perfect? No. We've gone
far from it.
We've been all over the place. I mean, look at my hair. I mean, it's just, but you're not here for that. You're here for this reason right here. And your audience will be as well.
And I'm just going to put this one up here too. Wendy, see, you're making a freaking impact. Okay, so Wendy Lee. See, there's the name right there, everybody. Thank you for adding comedy sauce to this positive atmosphere. Exactly. Yep. Exactly.
People, I mean, you have to remember that your perfect person, they're human. They're a human being. They want to laugh. They want to cry. They want to experience all of those emotions. So when you allow them, or you create space for them to do that by showing your vulnerability or showing your humor or showing whatever else, they're going to keep coming back.
Yep. Every time. Every time. Wendy, I guarantee you've got some new followers, and hopefully you've got some new clients coming your way.
So the referral check can be made out to Jamie. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, it depends on which group they come from. Where the referrals come.
I'm just teasing. Your payment, Wendy Lee, is continuing to make me laugh on a regular basis. That's how you pay me. Make me laugh. And you do that naturally. So, okay.
Oh, but yeah, coming full circle, we've been talking. We could literally just rant on this.
We could go for the other day. Somebody asked me what's the longest length you can go live on Facebook? So I looked it up. It's 8 hours. Can you imagine? We could probably pull it off, Laura.
We could probably do it. Someday, maybe on a weekend or something. Just let's go cook some lunch. I'm gonna make some mac and cheese.
The Guinness Book of World Records for the longest live. I'm up for that challenge. But I would need you.
With your brand, that might be something that would be really fun.
No, 8 hours is ridiculous. But we've been going for 40 minutes, Lori.
I know.
Have you gotten value out of it? That's my question to all of you. Have you gotten value out of this other than the giggles? Because there's value in the giggles too. Okay, but what?
I'm guessing this one is Wendy too.
Yep. Okay.
Oh my
So
God.
here and
Sorry.
let's focus. I'm going to focus us. I'm going to focus us, or we'll be on here for another 20 minutes. Here's what I want to know from all of you. I want to know what you're going to apply from what you've learned today. We've talked about a lot of different things, but what is one thing that you're going to do as a result of this? Drop those comments in, because when you actually put it in writing, you're 10 times more likely to actually do it. So
yeah, exactly. So put it in the comments.
Yep.
Oh,
goodness.
well, this one isn't Wendy, so I'll put this.
It's like our own comedy. It's like our own comedy routine, Lori.
It is. It is. Oh my God, Wendy, you made me cry. Though, seriously. The last comment. Oh, you're killing me. Okay, so somebody here is committing to, I'm going to show it on the screen, weekly emails.
Great.
That's in your group, Jamie, I think. And then someone said, thanks for the lesson and the referral. So that's Wendy. So what are you doing, Wendy? Other than just showing up and making us freaking laugh. That's all you have to do.
Maybe that's your strategy. How many different lives can I go on and make people laugh and then get...
Seriously, Wendy, like
seriously,
that could be your whole marketing strategy. Just like,
show up in the comments, make people laugh, and I'm going to get business.
Yeah.
You're onto something here. We're onto something here.
Marketing strategy 101. Like, it can literally be that simple.
Yeah.
Like, we're joking, but it can literally be that simple. Yeah. So,
you hear people all the time say, if you want to get visible, be more active. And it doesn't mean you putting more stuff out. It can be you commenting on other people's stuff. It's a win-win.
And I just want to point out, just on that note, like when you're commenting on other stuff, other people's stuff, then it's changing the algorithm. So they're also starting to see more of your stuff. So then if you're just putting out your content like you do all the time, they're going to see more of it.
Facebook, I say this all the time, Facebook is an ecosystem. When you start using all the parts and pieces, all the wheels turn faster.
Yeah. And I'm assuming this one is Wendy. So continue doing what I'm doing. Comment on posts often, never considered as a form of marketing. Yes, it is. It is. And that's the thing. You tell yourself these stories like what I'm doing isn't consistency. What I'm doing doesn't matter. But if you have intention behind it, like now you're like, oh, wow. You're like, yeah, I can do that intentionally. Yeah. That's so much easier than all this other crap that I was doing that I'm going to throw away now. And I'm just going to do that. And I bet your stuff is you're going to blow up. Okay. Yeah. Okay. This one's I have going to define my consistency and change my energy around my posts. Yes. Love that. Marlene, that's fantastic. Love it.
Yep.
And here. And then I'll comment on posts and create a post or go live. Okay. Love it. Love it. So these are all here in one of our groups. And
if you're watching on the replay, you owe us an answer here. If you've made it this far, 42 minutes in, right, on a replay, still comment. And Lori and I will come in and we will celebrate with you. And we will encourage you. And that's what we're here for, is to support you.
Yeah, we're here to support you. And here, and of course, I mean, if you want our help to actually make these things happen, then you reach out to us, because that's what we're here for too.
Right.
Okay, so go live in my group every week and consistently comment in the same groups and calendar it so it happens.
I like that. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. That's in my group. Is this one of my clients? Yes. It is. Like, I feel like that's something that I told somebody to do, maybe. But
it's like, wait, those are my words. This has to be somebody I work with. Or oftentimes I'll see something and I'll be like, I know who this is. You can just tell by the pattern of the word choices, right? This next one has to be Wendy again.
Otherwise, Wendy's got a sidekick here.
Wendy might have some competition. Is there another comedian in our group amongst us? I don't know. It is.
I appreciate the support. It's like having good sports.
You can't discount a good sports bra. I hear you.
No, I haven't actually found a good one yet. So, if you've got recommendations,
listen, I know people that are in that business, right? Here's another example of if Sonia was here with us, I would call her out and be like, look, you need a good sports bra? Check out Sonia. There's power in that referral as well, right? If you know people and these things come up randomly, we didn't plan this, but now I can say, hey, you need a good sports bra. Here's who you need to talk to. You'd be surprised at the
Exactly.
connections
So,
that can
so if you are watching the replay and again made
yeah.
it this far and you make sports bras or sell sports bras, you tell us.
happen. She calls herself the fairy bra mother. Isn't that great?
Well, you'll never forget. See, she got the marketing even though she wasn't
She's
here.
not even here.
But showing up, talking to people, now we know. And Fairy Bra Mother, if you need a sports bra, you go talk.
I'll tag her afterwards. No worries.
And I'm just going to share this one because I like the compliment. And I was actually complaining about my hair right before we got on, so I had to show that. Who is that? Oh, thank you, Leslie.
Oh, thanks, Leslie. What about my hair, Leslie? No, don't comment. I know. I'm just teasing you. Oh goodness. If we don't wrap this up, Lori, we'll be here for another 20 minutes.
I know. and Wendy's just going to keep them coming. And I'm just going to keep crying.
Wendy's probably over there going, no, don't end. This is great for me. Keep going. Give me more opportunities.
Well, we do go live once a month, like a menstrual cycle.
It's not as consistent as a menstrual cycle, though. But really, whose menstrual cycle is consistent?
See, there's another consistency. If you're in your 40s, chances are it's not.
Oh, yes. Wendy just dropped it. Oh
my God.
Yes, you're right, Wendy.
Oh my God, Wendy.
Can we book her for all our calls, Lori?
Yes, I am actually planning, I'm going to use this forum. I've sort of dropped this, but I do plan to do a retreat this year. And Wendy, you might very well be at that retreat.
Oh
my God. Laughter is the best medicine. They tell you that, right?
Yes. Missed the start. Yeah. If you came in late.
You're going to want to go back.
By the way, now we are way off on a tangent.
I know. See, but the thing is now.
Now you have to.
Oh, John. Okay, John. Yes, John, you are going to want to go back and watch the replay.
Okay. You know what? I hope you are laughing with us. I seriously hope that that your cheeks hurt and your belly hurts from laughing so hard, because that's where I'm at right now. And we need more of this. We need more of this in business, because business needs to be fun. And
it can be.
It can be. Thank you, Wendy, for the comedy relief today. I needed this. Yeah. I needed this so much.
And Wendy just said too, believe it or not, this is me on a hard day. I'm not in the best of moods. Thank you for allowing me the opportunity to provide laughter. Well, shit, if this is a bad day, I can't wait to see you on a good day, Wendy.
Oh, goodness sakes. All right. How are we wrapping this up, Lori? How are we wrapping this up? How do we recover? I don't even know how to recover from this. Maybe we just say bye, everybody. No, we got how about final comments? Should we do final comments?
Sure. You go ahead with final comments. I'm still catching my breath.
Let's let Lori stop crying. I'm smiling, but I'm not even sure why. Isn't that awesome? No, I'm going to use this as my closing here, because it's good to smile. It's good to laugh. There's a whole energy thing that happens. It happens when, in fact, here's the thing. You know what you can do? This is a tip for those of you that are going live. You'll be amazed at the difference a smile can make for yourself and for your audience if you smile before and during your live. It's really an important thing. So I hope today that you've learned some things. Be sure to comment below and tell us what you've learned and what you were going to do as a result of watching this. And I just hope that you've laughed and you've cried with us and you've met some really cool people. Connect with the people that you're seeing here. Connect with me and Lori if you haven't. If there's something that we can help you with around this consistency or around your business, start in the DMs. Reach out and let's just start a conversation.
God, seriously. And I kept this one up here because you didn't mention that you saw it yet, Jamie.
Wendy, I'm trying to be serious here right now. I've got blinders on. I'm like, no, do not look at Wendy's stuff right now. Do not look at Wendy's stuff right now. Stay focused. I'm trying to be.
You did ask, how are we wrapping this up? And she told you we're wrapping it up in latex.
I'm so done. I'm done. I'm out. Okay, I'm out. I'm done. Lori, your turn.
Go follow Wendy Lee. Okay,
Yeah.
that's our call to action today, I think, because laughter is the best medicine. But
it really is.
Okay, I just quickly before we go. This is just proof that marketing can be easy. Being consistent can be whatever you want to make of it. Because the thing is Wendy is a comedian. Her marketing isn't going to look like a coach's marketing. It doesn't have to. It shouldn't.
No.
If you're sitting there beating yourself up saying, oh, I'm not doing this, I'm not doing that, and then I'm talking to you, Wendy, because this coach and that coach is doing it, you're not a fucking coach. You're a comedian. This is your stuff. Consistency can be easy.
Yep.
If you do it in a way that works for you.
Get out of here. Get out of here.
In your head. And if this resonated with you, message either one of us, and we'll talk about how we can help you be more consistent.
Yep.
Okay. Oh, deep breath. Thank you, everybody.
Yeah. Everybody have a wonderful weekend. TGIF. Bye, guys.